Hello, hi there. Um, I wanted to talk about an important topic of regarding uh, human relationships throughout time, and specifically how human interaction has created what what we are seeing today. I wanted to touch on the topic specifically here of women throughout history and how they have been treated all around the planet in all various cultures. Specifically, I'm talking here about, I'd like to touch on the topic of how women have been mistreated and disrespected all around the world. From as simple as being considered subservient and inferior to being burnt at the stakes in Europe. So, my point here is that the way that women have been treated in the past in various cultures has resulted in a lot of negative energy, negative feelings on the woman's side, a lot of pain and bitterness has been generated, which created a feeling of inequality on the woman's side, and which caused an arisal of feminism in the Western cultures in Europe and North America. So, the point I'm trying to make here is that perhaps we are more or less aware of what has happened in the past, but I think it's a good idea to take a moment, if you're a man, perhaps choose a day, if I may encourage April 25th to be the day of each year, to be the day of Women's Forgiveness Day, where man, where we as men can acknowledge what has happened to the women in the past and consciously apologize on behalf of all the men who have caused various forms of atrocities and disrespect to women over time. And one way to do that would be to simply either just consciously say that we are sorry and honestly mean it, and or even do something such as get maybe a rose on that particular day, April 25th, as a symbol of us acknowledging and being aware of what's happened and making a difference. Us never, us to simply learn from the mistakes of the past and take a full responsibility of our behavior in our hands. Since we know that the relationship between men and women is extremely important because almost everybody wants to have a healthy relationship. And if there is disrespect on either end, then that can breed a lot of negative energy and a lot of negative consequences. But it would be very helpful for us to shift our own consciousness as men to acknowledge that yes, there have been problems, there have been women have been disrespected and suppressed and abused throughout history, and yet we need to take responsibility as individuals and apologize on behalf, as I said, of all the men in the past, so we can create a shift in the consciousness. Because, as I said, there's too much bitterness and too much negativity between men and women, which, simply put, doesn't need to be there. Why should it? So, I'd like to announce April 25th as International Women's Forgiveness Day. Wear a rose or make a statement. Be creative. Show your own support toward women and toward healthy relationships between men and women and men. Thank you for listening, and peace and love. Take care.